And China knows that they've put us up against the wall, that our farmers are begging for a bailout. And then we are also bailing out, by the way, Argentina, which is now selling.
Their competitor.
They're competing with us.
Yes.
We're bailing out the people competing with our farmers. I mean, make it make sense.
Abby Phillip, standing up for American farmers after they've been decimated by Trump's tariffs.
It is hurting prices, and it is causing lots of uncertainty for our industry as a whole.
Let's watch this clip.
Donald Trump says his tariff wars are making America rich. So why is the president giving a bailout to farmers who've been hurt badly by those very tariffs? Soybean and corn farmers can't sell their crops because China stopped buying altogether. They're also grappling with rising prices for supplies.
It is hurting prices, and it is causing lots of uncertainty for our industry as a whole. Soybeans are the largest ag product that is exported from the United States, so this is a big deal.
So in short, the money taken in by tariffs is going to hurt many people that Trump said that he was going to help. In fact, many people that voted for Trump. I can ask you about the economic policy of this all, but I actually am wondering, I mean, do you care?
Yeah, certainly. I care about the immiseration of people. Like, no matter whether or not, I haven't seen one farmer complaining with blue hair and a pronoun. Not one. The guys that I've seen complaining about this are from central casting, as far as the people you would think would be taken care of in this economy. And they hit a wall 2 or 3 months ago when they were like, wait, what? Like what's happening? And we had a guy, Jeremy Peaches, that's his name, on our podcast where we discussed the problems and the hurdles that farmers are facing. Black farmers and farmers at large are facing, and they're scared.
Yeah.
And the changes that they see, and this was the most important thing that they've said to me, the changes that they see, they're wondering if they can be undone. So a bailout is one thing, and giving them momentary relief is one thing. But they're wondering if there is going to be a change that lasts for a generation to their business.
It's a very important question at this moment. Go ahead, Gail.
I think that what we have to do is we are going to have to find other markets. I mean, Japan's not taking our rice. As you know, China now is not taking a lot of our soybeans. One of the problems we have, and this is one of the things the tariffs is supposed to help with, is open a lot of these markets. And I think it's really too early to tell whether or not, there's going to be a long-term effect. But I think farmers should get some help in the short term.
China, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but China's massive population is really not a market that we can have completely turned off. I mean, it's like 25% of the entire market.
They're currently negotiating with China on updated trade agreements.
So we're not meeting with China until November, and by November it's going to be too late.
Why are we bailing out farmers to the tune of $50 billion?
Because it's apparent China has played hardball with some sectors of our agriculture economy here while we work this out. What you hope is that the president and the Chinese government can come together on a trade agreement that encompasses everything. Obviously, the big news on that has always been TikTok, but underneath that is that it is a market for a lot of things. And in the short run, there's no doubt some farmers have been hurt. Now, in other trade deals, other farmers are ecstatic. The beef guys are really happy with what he's doing in Europe. But on this China deal, what you hope is when the final trade deal comes in, which should be soon,
what kind of negotiating position are we
products.
in when China knows that they've put us up against the wall, that our farmers are begging for a bailout, and then we are also bailing out, by the way, Argentina, which is now selling.
Their competitor.
They're competing with us.
Yes.
We're bailing out the people competing with our farmers. I mean, make it make sense.
Soybeans are the second largest crop in America, and the biggest exporting trade partner who we sell the most soybeans to is China. China buys about 50%. That's half of our second biggest crop going to zero.
The president, he put out a message on Truth Social last hour saying that he's going to be meeting with President Xi of China and that he will discuss soybeans. Do you put much stock in that? Does that make you feel better?
Well, I mean, what good's it going to do to discuss soybeans at almost November? Because in November, the Brazilians will start cutting. They'll be in full swing by December. They don't need us. I mean, you're going to wait to have a discussion over selling soybeans when Brazil's in full bore? What bargaining power are we going to have then?
If smaller farms can't tread water for 6, 12, 18 months, then they're going to be out of business. These red state farmers are begging for a bailout at this point. And that's okay. We want to take care of our farmers. We want to take care of the people who produce our food in this country. That's not the problem. The problem is when this issue is completely avoidable. We could have just not implemented tariffs. We don't need to be bailing out farmers abroad in Argentina. And this, maybe most importantly, is a great example of why people in red states who want bailouts from the government for their farms to subsidize their operations selling soybeans and corn and wheat and whatever can't be given people who live in urban communities shit when they need bailouts because they live in poverty, because of lack of health care, because they need a leg up for whatever reason. We need to understand that sometimes a social safety net in this country is good for the entire community and the entire country, and that it's good to help people. Yes, it's good to help people. You don't always need to be mean and malicious and vindictive and hateful and wish ill upon the people who didn't vote for the person who you did for president. Give me a break. Give these farmers a break. I'll talk to you next time.